Say while I ain't finish, while I be like church projects, you go further for makeshift building, you come get small land. From small land, you come get big land. From big land, you come one cathedral. From cathedral, you come get school. From school, you come get hospital. Problem while I then the but now we don't enter new one now. I want to talk about the welfare of we Nigerians. And it get departments where every state suppose gets. We dey look into the welfare of the people wey be say some na street children, some dey all those girls who dey stay for red light zone for night, wey dey get mind dey stay where men no fit stand for night. All those ones, some beggars, some people wey no get house, all those kind things, the way oyibo dey behave, the way oyibo dey package their people. E get departments for Nigeria wey dey like that. Na one of them I bring come here today for FCT welfare department. Na Dr. SANI AMAR, na director for FCT here as a for welfare department. Okay, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Ekanem.
Good afternoon. But if we not go to go talk about a country or a state, we will not talk about family. What will be the role of family for street children, all those girls who they stay for red light zone, destitutes, beggars, all those? What will be the role of family to fit reduce this thing, this trace we don't sit down for Abuja in particular?
Thank you. First of all, we have to examine what is family in itself. Family is the smaller unit, just like a building block that builds a society. Every individual that he comes from a family. The background that individual have or acquired from the family is what you will now exhibit in the main public,
which is
life,
society.
which is the main society. The better the family, the better the society. The bad the society, the family, it will equally affect the society at large. The upbringing that the parents are expected to give, the way they nurture their children, is what is affecting our society today. Social ills generally start from the family. We are blaming government. Blaming government here, to me, is not right directly. Every individual in the society have a role to play in building the society, and it starts from the home. That is the family setting. Father, mother, children, we say nuclear family, isn't it? And we have extended family.
But before, if you get Pikin now, let's say they stay for Kubwa, and you can't see my Pikin for day. If they do wetin your own Pikin no fit do for day. Either they smoke or they with bad friends. There, that time, not be today. That time, you as the father, you know me as my Pikin day. So if you hold that Pikin for day, if not beat the offense of you beat the Pikin, if not to kneel and down, you kneel and down. If you won't put them for your car, self, carry and go your house. Go do it normally as you treat your children. But nowadays, if you see your friend Pikin outside, they do something wrong, why is it difficult for us to correct them the way they correct us when we're small?
Thank you. We are talking about society, right?
Yes.
And we're talking about a friend seeing his child with another friend messing up.
Yes.
In those days, as you said, true, quite right. But today, no.
Why be like that?
Thank you. That same background of the upbringing, some people to date, they have reached the level of being parents, find themselves as parents, but not matured enough to do a good parenting. Showing love to a certain extent is moralist. And I'm not saying wrong, but to a certain level, it's bad. Many a times some parents, if you try to pinpoint the fault of their children, they know pretty well the child is committing such offense. They come out publicly and begin to blame you that you are trying to tarnish the image of their own child. And they know pretty well the child is wrong because of one kind love to a fault. Once you don't allow your child to experience the good, the bad, and the ugly, and allowed him to be castigated whenever he's wrong immediately, even by a neighbor. Because you love that child, you are spoiling your child. There are some parents that I've seen, based on some cases that we handled recently. You know, social repair, we handle issues of family, you know, disputes. It's part of the thing we carried out. Counseling, issue of child abuse and the likes of it. There are parents that the children themselves said it out. When they are small, the father will come along with alcoholic drink, and he will even be giving his children to test. At times, he will even be happy to see them competing, who at that tender age.
Kai, with him, the parent.
Of course. It was viral on one of the social media recently. A young mother, which within her 30s, was a child within the age of 5 or so. At a party, the child was holding a bottle of hero alcohol, drinking, and she was busy dancing. You need to see her outfit.
Oh.
Skimpy. She was so happy, even doing a kind of, you know, this hellfire, you know, recording video, recording her child busy drinking, showing it as if
doing well, doing well.
Thank you. To her, she showed the child love. By the time this child grows to the age of 15, 16, tell me what will happen.
She don't turn brewery now.
Thank you. Some families do carry their children to nightclubs. I've seen it with my eye, kuru. They carry their children in the name of they want to celebrate birthday or what have you at a drinking joint. Other people drinking. Their invited guests equally drinking. These, you know, strip dancers or children at the club there dancing to then showing their children love. Or showing the other that I love my child, I love my child. Is that love? So that upbringing, the way the child grew up, that's definitely what the child thinks. This is authoritative. This is the way the life should be. Children, they don't listen, but they observe and imitate. So this kind of thing is what affects the society at large. Because when a child learns something good, in the later life, you don't need to be taught. When you see a gentleman, dig down in history, you discover that he is a very good home. The upbringing was ideal. Many people matured to marry, matured to make love to their women or to their men, but they are not matured for parenting. And this is what is affecting the society today. You see, I'm expecting members of the society, especially this faith-based organization, churches, mosques, and the likes, whenever any of their member is due to get to marriage, let the children be subjected, not just the issue of marriage, how to handle your husband. No. As they go in, the next thing, in the next 9 months, 1 year, you say that she has put to bed. So what is expected is, in that marriage counselor, parentalhood should equally be incorporated. So that they will prepare them ahead of becoming parents.
Parenting different from this?
Yes. Parenting is different from just an ordinary marriage setting. In many cases, a woman will become a mother, maybe by accident, like especially single mothers. Yes. We have so many cases when we are riding the city street of, you know, this, you know, the menace of this night commercial emotional caregivers.
See name when I give them.
Yeah, in US they call them female sex workers. That is Oyinbo. But in our own terms here, we say commercial emotional caregivers. They are doing it commercially. Believe you me, when we apprehend many, you see them crying that they lock their children at home, locked with the key. In case of any disaster, fire and the likes of it, tell me. Believe me, I'm telling this out of experience. Whatever I'm saying is subject to verification. So people blame the authority. But they fail to blame themselves. As a member of the public, whenever you are able to identify a fault or a problem within the society, what is expected of you to do is to contribute in solution, not in criticism. Then you prove to be a member of society. But today, what I notice, people will see a disaster happen, somebody about to drown. Instead of find a way to rescue that person, they will be busy recording. So they will be the first to report on the social media.
News breakers.
Yes. Or you see women fighting naked themselves in the public instead of to assist.
To cover them.
To cover them, to settle the problem in there. They will be busy recording to be the first to report. Hey, we have seen this A, B, C, D committing EFG. Nonsense.
Another part again, I know say get issues. When they grow up, I see say before person marry, it go down grow small. But now you go see 22, 23, 24, 25 young people marry. You see, say that one they contribute because they never really get experience. That thing they contribute to the menace we they see for our society, or
that's
that
not
age.
the case.
That's not the case.
No, that's not the case. As I said, you see many people, they are mature enough to give a woman belly. The woman is mature enough to handle any man, but they are not matured enough for parenting.
So which person role now to teach us parenting?
Well,
now welfare department, I mean, a church or now our family.
Welfare department is an institution, it's a structure within the public setting. That is government organization. Organized or constituted to handle some social issues, like the issue of related to vulnerables, assisting people to better their life. Yes, social welfare, we do carry out counseling services for you to understand your limits and what is expected of you in the society, your role to play. You should understand the don'ts and the do's, the norms in the society, the values. But the background you have from your home, that matters a lot. It's much more than what you meet out there.
But another thing what they see where they come on now for our country, because we do some human rights programs here for our station, where we will see say man go come, you say I don't marry the woman before, or you don't marry the woman, but they get relationship, then get pikin. The pikin fit reach like 2 years or 3 years or some self less than 5 years. Then the man go come, they not together with the woman. Then they go come say, I want to see my pikin. Then the woman will carry the pikin, say, okay, see your papa here. Maybe woman are gist small. Then she turns, maybe she do something for backyard or go buy something. Maybe she come back, come meet the man and the son. He will come back, you see the man will carry the pikin, run. That one now one. Another one, I just say the girl, she did pregnant for the boy not marry her legally. But since she not get enough money to fit take care of herself when she just born, she carry the pikin now, go meet the boy parents. The boy parents go say, okay, stay here, more will take care of you. Then take care of the girl. The pikin got like 2 years. They come push the girl come up from the house, take the pikin. In this kind of scenario now, wetin the girl fit do for that kind of thing? She get access to her pikin, because now welfare department now work with that. What if you advise for this kind of matter?
Well, first of all, you should look at how the relationship was built.
It wasn't not the proper. They're not married legally.
Just like what they call Abuja marriage. She doesn't know where the man comes from. He doesn't know where she comes from.
Okay.
Just from the casual, friendship, casual dating, that 5-minute enjoyment, which will lead to pregnancy in most cases. This issue is we are encountered on the daily basis. Presently, as I may tell you, before my table, I have all what you stated here. We have such cases that we are handling. A woman, that's the case of a woman. She has not less than 4 children from a man. Almost, I can say, 6 children.
6 children?
And the man had never paid her bride price.
Okay.
At a level, this man decided to push her away because he has seen her getting, all the beauty, what attracts him is fading away. And bringing another woman in the similar way. which made the lady to develop a kind of depression.
Oh.
Many ladies that is out there with that mental challenges, that what we do encounter. Such a depression was caused in the course of their faulty relationship. I have so many cases that we handle. That's the reality of life. A lady being carried away, maybe by this materialistic or physical, handsomeness of the man, having something and what have you.
I get one car, get one small motor.
One car, small car, and maybe they have gone down. She feels that yes, the man enough for her. Not considering other factors that's related, was supposed to be considered or put into consideration in their own relationship. That immaterial. As time goes by, she has forgotten the way and manner he met her. Yet, she refused or she failed to make you understand the importance of meeting her family to know who is his background, so that for them to define clearly the kind of relationship they are into. No, they are being carried away by this 5-minute enjoyment, taking her to club, go there in there,
chop fish,
chop unkobi and the likes of it. Drink this, go high, take smoke and the likes of it. Before you know it, the unwanted would be developed. And then they begin to think. And some girls think by allowing that to grow, they can blackmail the man, in order to claim that which is not possible for them to. And in some cases, they don't even know the background of that person. They don't know his family. They don't know where he come from. The next is for him to disappear. We had a case of a girl, not a girl per se, a young woman of 20 years of age, pregnant, 6 months old. She was looking for who will buy the pregnancy.
Buy?
Yes. So she will stay with that person to feed her, to accommodate her. When she deliver, she collect her money, take the child and go. This happened when Mbelembe invited us to remove some mentally challenged persons that were threatening to burn the radio station. I was there, and AMAR staff drew my attention to that girl. I called the girl, we took her to our rehabilitation center. We were able to profile her, find his problem. She stayed there until she gave birth. But we discovered all her story was lies. The man that impregnated her was alive. 2, he was aware she was pregnant.
Okay.
She left where they were before in Kwara, run down to Abuja. Her father was alive, and she claimed that her mother conceived her out of wedlock. So when the mother got married,
they abandoned her.
They abandoned her and even threatened to kill her because she didn't want her sight, so that she will not, distract her own marriage. That's the lie she told us. Then she found herself somewhere with somebody in Kwara, because the time we met her, she has a grown-up daughter of about 5 years.
Then with another belly again?
With another belly.
But the same person get a grown-up daughter?
No, it's a different person.
The girl, they try.
And her father was aware. Her father was not in support of the person who fathered her first child.
Okay.
But the person that gave her the second belly was considered to be more responsible. Okay. And he was ready to even marry her when she decided to left Kwara down to Abuja.
To come sell the pikin.
Come sell the pikin.
So those kind of way they sell children, how do they do that?
No, we don't allow that. One is part of child trafficking offense.
No.
And the consequences in the court of law. Anybody so apprehended or happen to be, discovered in such act, the court took the right action on it.
Question I ask you now, that question is very important. We say when I leave here now, they call me, they ask me, say, answer that question. You understand? If girl now, person, where she go give her belly, come sneak, use trick, collect the pikin from her hand, run. wetin the person's fit, wetin the girl fit do.
There is court of law.
Okay.
If she knows precisely where this man is or where he comes from, because what I told you earlier, so many of them in Abuja marriage, they don't know precisely.
I know the man fit carry the pikin from like Inyang go Jikwe.
That is if she knows he is in Jikwe.
Okay, okay.
All she needs to do, she should go and report.
Okay.
In some cultures, if you didn't pay the birth price, you can't claim the child.
Okay.
In some cultures, you understand? And in some, they do accept. Yes, it's your responsibility. You are the one who plant the seed and it germinates.
And you get the tree.
Carry your fruit. You don't ripe. Go take care of it. In some cultures, you know the diversity in culture in Nigeria, it affects our social life. And in Social Work Act, we have Child Right Act, which take cognizance of children's right from birth to adulthood. At every stage, everything is clearly spelled out in in that law. Therefore, all she needs to do when she comes to social welfare and report, we first of all look for the man.
Okay.
If we are able to get the man, we will now look at the age grade of the child first.
Okay.
And then their responsibility, both of them, the lady herself and the man, because there is responsible parents, there are irresponsible parents.
Okay. Who should be responsible parents and who should be irresponsible parents?
Irresponsible parents are those who allow the children to be at the mercy of the public. They don't care how the child lives, whom he associates, whom he interacts with, the way
if the girl they work, she get what she did.
Even if she works, the welfare of her child is paramount.
Okay.
One, we have registered crèche which you can take the child, whereby the child will be taken care of by social workers.
Okay.
When she close from work, she go and take her child. These are kind of responsible parents. But there are some parents, as I said earlier, a case before us now, which we are trying to establish the fact, is whereby a lady was accused of leaving her toddler children in a hotel at the mercy of people selling Indomie tea outside the gate of the hotel. And in that hotel, according to the report, they say there is this short-time, commercial sex activities that do take place there. And the small children are exposed to that because according to the report, they mingle around, mix and see people. Since when the girl was around 10 years, now the girl is 12 years, the report came to us. So we have to first of all establish that fact. They say the mother will abandon the children and go on her own errands. Sometimes she will sleep out there, according to the report, which are yet to verify. So this type of people are irresponsible parents. Like those single mothers that I told you, whenever we are in the city street, you discover that they lock their own children at home, indicate that they are going to do night work. When they go out there, they will drink, take drugs so that they will be able to carry out their commercial sex work.
Well.
Yes, because drugging or taking drugs and prostitution, they are hand in hand. Prostitutes do take enough drugs either to be out of her senses, because in her own case she will look at somebody in her right sense. She will look at, can this man even touch me? But when they are under touch influence, for them to make out the money to pay for their rent, their women upkeep, buying all their cosmetics and the likes, for them to live up to the requirement of that prostitution, they have to take drugs. And they do take such drugs so that they stay longer attending to different customers in the day. Like in Arab, the former Arab that we dislodged in Apo. Arab in Apo was one area where this commercial sex activity is taking place, or was taking place before it was dislodged by FCT administration. There, they do carry out their service 24 hours, day and night. And the charges within the range of 300 and 500.
Okay, I beg, that one too cheap, I beg. Even in biscuits.
Your fellow journalists I think one of these media houses, leadership in particular, covered such program. It was through that our minister directed for us to immediately switch to action. That's how we did know about it. A girl charging 300, 500, and she told the journalist that she do make up to 7,000 a day. So assuming she's charging 500 naira, how much 500 naira you get within 700, which means at least 14 men in a day.
Oh, that's 700. That one cheap. Kai, Nigeria. They don't bring the price got too low. Because they can't shame self.
They say whenever there is shortage of customers, for them to have what to eat and pay to their madam who own that.
They'll bring the price down.
They'll bring the price down to 300.
I don't say your department, a very sensitive department. What is the plan of your department for this new administration?
Well, already Social Development Secretariat, FCT administration, we have a structure. And in this structure, there are guidelines of our own activities. We are solely dealing with issues related to vulnerables. The women, the motherless children, persons with disability, older persons, indigent families, and indigent patients. All these are part of the program we have on ground, which we'll be expecting not only the government itself, but the general public to join hand with the FCT administration in order to meet up in handling these social challenges. Because a well-sponsored, well-coordinated, well-executed social welfare services take cognizance and take care of most of the social ills.
All right, because I take that one as your parting words because time don't go. But when I don't hear what you talk here now, even myself, you get the one way shock me. I don't say it shock you too. You get the kind of price they talk that come like say even Kuno self. Because some Kuno the package, dear pass that one. My name is Ekanem, Inyang. I'm there for studio since with Dr. SANI AMAR, when our director for social welfare department for FCT here. When I don't hear what you talk, and at things like this we're going to discuss every Sunday here from 1:30 to 2:30. The next one I will see, I will give you one video of waiting in talk so next week.